Okay. Take two. I started the last recording like 12 seconds in. I'm like, wait, why do I look weird? Right. I forgot to change the setting to 60 frames a second. Good morning and happy Friday, everyone. So let's get to my low, my high, my act of kindness. I will admit my low was just kind of, quiet and boring. It was so quiet and boring yesterday that, I couldn't even concentrate watching yesterday's episode of Hot Ones. I mean, I watched it, and it was great. Got my notes right in front of me, for the most part. I mean, just gotta upload open the link to where my notes are so I can talk about them proper. But yeah, it was just one of those days. I mean, it may be really foggy out, maybe really cloudy outside right now, but man, I'm just happy it's Friday. My high and my act of kindness was going to a volleyball game yesterday. That was really cool. Yeah, a friend of mine offered me to go watch her daughter play volleyball. It was awesome. I mean, the daughter in question, she played great. Can't wait to go to next one that I'm able to go to. And yeah, it was like a whole lot of fun. Showing support. That was my act of kindness. I mean, technically I would have done that anyway, but I really can't think of anything. I suppose there was the fact that when I visited my parents last night after the volleyball game, my mom got home first, and she wanted to use the leaf blower, and my mom is, she's not frail, but she's not strong enough to start a leaf blower, so I started a leaf blower for her. So, yeah, starting the leaf blower for my mom, and therefore my mom can use it. That was my act of kindness. But the volleyball game was definitely my high, no question. So, let's get started. First things first, I do believe I need to talk about last night's NFL game, because I do believe the Jets won. I did pick the Jets yesterday. Let me double check to make sure. Yes, so right now, this makes, let me turn it around real fast. I'm charging my AirPods, by the way. That's why it's attached. But I'm gonna show you real fast. You probably can't tell. Yeah, week 3, 1-0. Sorry, but okay, I think you can see that. All right, week 3, 1-0. Got it. So yeah, that's how we get things started around here. Now let's talk about. Okay, this is gonna be really silly, but actually, hold on. Before I do anything. File, save as. We save as around here, because that's what you're supposed to do. Now then, let's go over my Hot Ones notes. And, okay, so I'm going to try to, once and for all, say this guy's name proper. Zlatan Ibrahimovic. That's how you pronounce his name. I still probably got that wrong, but that was better than I was trying to pronounce his name on Tuesday. You gotta give me that and nothing else. So, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. With that said, learned a lot about him. His episode, very entertaining. He was a player, but now he's, doing, working, in the league in terms of, actually, they didn't really get into what specifically he's doing right now. He's obviously not coaching. He's not, leading a team. I think he's like working like in the league, doing like stats or something or whatever. That's actually one thing I kind of wish they elaborated on in yesterday's episode. But the first question was the key task of making a global brand for like a club team. And you know what? That when Zlatan said his answer, I mean, like, I really could have figured this out myself, but I'm glad it came from someone who actually knows. It's simply good people doing a very good job working in like different areas, which is important. And like also, it's about doing tours as well, like going to like there was one time he went to a Yankee stadium. There was a lot of like football fans at the Yankees game, and like it's trying to bring different types of sports culture together. And if you want to make a global brand, that's a genius thing to do. So kudos to Zlatan and the people he's working with. He also said that if he was playing right now, altogether in a season, he'd score 30 goals. Like 15 to 20 for like in the league, and then like another 15 doing club. So 15 minutes, so 30 goals altogether in the last 20 minutes of every game. He specifically said the last 20 minutes of every game because he'd be the most fresh when he got there. He talked about how he picked up the snake move watching Ronaldo when he was growing up. He talked about the most underrated goal he ever did. I think his overall was like 547 goals or something like that. Pretty impressive number. And actually, hold on. This has been bothering me this entire time. I adjusted for... There we go. I hate it when that happens. For whatever reason, I can never get this thing straight. Hold on. That's going to be so tedious sometimes. Here we go. Okay. I think we're good. He talked about how his most underrated goal was when he dribbled through 7 guys, 2 of which were the same guy. And he talked about how his favorite chant was the Manchester United chant. This is really the chant for him, like the fact he's 6'5" and stuff. He talked about how his sweetest revenge, because like revenge can come in like 2 forms. There's like the physical contact revenge, like someone's punking you, so you punk them back, or the or that one time he shut up England with people saying like he should retire, and then like he scores like 2 goals and the entire country of England just shut up. Which, that is awesome. Actually, a quick story. My freshman year of high school, we were doing the softball unit in gym class. And don't worry, there's a, this has to do with getting revenge. It was my freshman year, and I'm talking about more on this in December, but no one really gave me any credit or saw me as anything good. So, first time we did softball in the softball unit, I was picked last. I get up to the bat, and keep in mind, it's not really like a baseball, it's like open area baseball field where like little kids play at like the park and stuff, because the park was like right next to the school. I knocked it right out of there, and from that moment on, I was never picked last ever again. So, point is, revenge is very sweet. Okay. He explained the difference between different leagues, like the Syria League is very tactical. The Liga League, like they try and actually play the game to how it's supposed to be. And then the Premiership League was like really high paced. It's really interesting. His favorite trick shot when he was a kid was when he was able to pull off doing the snake for the first time. I mentioned the snake earlier. basically, the way snakes move, it's like, like, that's where the serpentine name comes from. And if you're a good enough soccer player and you know what you're doing, you can actually sort of make the ball do exactly that, like, to your opponent, which I think is really cool. I mentioned he was like 6'5" earlier, because I think the United Chanters were saying that, and he's 6'5" and not able to fit in a supercar. Now, I'm 6'4", and full disclosure, I will admit, as a Boondocks fan, from the moment Riley Freeman said that his Lambo was blue, that is my dream car. A blue Lambo. That is, like, if I somehow got, like, a whole lot of money, whether it's doing this, winning the lottery, whatever, I'm getting me a blue Lambo. It's gotta be blue, except no substitution. It was only just brought to my attention in the recent months that I might be too tall to fit in a Lambo. Now I'm conflicted. So, I mean, again, I'm 6'4", so maybe they make better Lambos for taller people. I don't know. Talked about, now we get to the bomb, where basically, after having the bomb, Zlatan was supposed to translate some of his famous quotes, like a Ferrari among Fiats. That's basically like he's fast and everybody else is slow. Sent the entire country into retirement. That was the whole England thing earlier when people of England were saying he should retire. He scores those 2 goals and we shut everybody up. He was talking about how Beckham has a lot of Justin Bieber, the Jonas Brothers, and Selena Gomez on his playlist. And he was referring to that because this is David Beckham, who actually was just recently on Hot Ones in the bonus episode. And, like, okay, David Beckham is this awesome, and, like, this is his playlist. I'm going to have that as my playlist, too. You know what? I'm not going to lie. I would consider going to that conclusion. I really would. Also, this last one is self-explanatory. If you think scoring goals is better than sex, you need to seek help. For the record, I really have no problem saying the word sex on camera. Just, again, it's never really come up before. So, but listen, I like to say that what I do is PG, maybe PG-13. I mean, come to think of it, I'm doing a lot better than I did a year ago in regards to, like, how long it's been since I've said the F-bomb on camera. I mean, I think last year, not including the one time I really do feel it's appropriate for me to say it, I said the F-bomb once. I mean, again, there's a series of videos I do in December where I kind of give myself a bit of a pass just because I need to recollect on how I was feeling in regards to that series of videos to how I was regarding the series of videos I'm going to be talking about in December. But for the most part, I like to think I do a pretty solid job of keeping things fairly clean. But again, that's just me. He talked about how watching Bruce Lee movies, like, actually was, like, he was able to bring that to his game, which, I mean, listen, full disclosure, my senior year of high school, when I did football and then wrestling afterwards, there was easily he wasn't just the best player on the team, he was, like, the most powerful athlete in the entire school, straight up. And I actually saw him run the football, and the way he was, like, doing this in, like, trying to break free, I actually incorporated that into my wrestling, specifically in how I escaped. So, the point is, you can find inspiration to how to up your game from just about anywhere if you know what you're doing. Which is pretty cool. And this applies to, here right now. Zlatan said he watched Bruce Lee movies and he was able to incorporate that into his game. That's pretty cool. And for the last dab, he had to define Zlatan style. How do you define such a thing? Well, and keep in mind, he has like millions of Scoville units going through his veins. So his only legitimate answer was, in regards to defining Zlatan style, just be Zlatan. I mean, some people would hear that and think, oh, just be yourself. However, in another way, keep in mind, having watched this episode and knowing that Zlatan, I don't want to say he's sure of himself. Very sure, but not like so sure of himself that he's obnoxious. Like, he's kind of straddling that line a little bit, but he's not like off-putting in any way. Point is, if you want Zlatan style, you gotta be Zlatan. But there's only one Zlatan. So, yeah, take that for what you will. That's like me saying, you want to be like Nick Cutler? You gotta be me. But there's only one me. And nobody else who can do what I do. In that kind of regard, but I know some people would probably hear something like that and think, oh, that's pretty arrogant and rude. And while I do hear where they'd be coming from, I would like to politely rebuttal, that's what I was saying, and say, in this day and age, like, giving yourself a little bit of credit, patting yourself on the back, just telling yourself that it's okay, we need to hear that now more than ever. If you want to say that that no one can be you except you, that's just plain swagger in a way that's like, you know what? He's doing okay for himself. But that's just me. But overall, this was a great episode. I want to know going into this weekend because the Jets won. The volleyball game we went to last night was awesome. Everything's coming up Millhouse right now. I hope you like this video. Like, subscribe to YouTube channel, on social media. As always, I'm going to home this video for you guys watching Joe Video. Hope you have a wonderful Friday. And remember, did I say happy Friday? Happy Friday, folks. And remember, if any of you guys want to talk to Chad, always be here to let us know you're back. Take care and make good choices. 6070 all day, baby.